Hi guys, so it's me, and I have Lisa here.
Hi.
If you haven't met her before, she is, well, when was the last time we were in a video together? That's been a while.
September probably from
October.
the Ren Fair. Yeah, the
My
Ren
birthday.
Fair.
Yeah, I went out for my birthday in October after the Ren Fair.
Yes.
This is Lisa. She and her husband are visiting this weekend, and we're super excited. She is also a vlogger over at Things This Week and
Lisa Marie TTC.
Lisa Marie TTC. And I just wanted to share some news of kind of what's been going on in our lives right now. More specifically, my life, but it does involve Lisa very much now. If you guys follow me on Facebook, I made a comment, I think it was like a few days ago, depending on when I put this video up, about asking for some good vibes. I've also been mentioning some videos of, you know, blood work and doctors and stuff like that, and I've had some people ask me what's going on, and I finally can share with you guys what is going on. Just probably a year ago, a little over a year ago, I offered something to Lisa and Bill. If you don't know what's going on with them, they are struggling with infertility right now and have had 2 failed IVFs. I'm going to say 2 because the second one was failed because it didn't.
4 failed IUIs, 1 failed IVF, and we never got to do the second one because we didn't make enough follicles, so
it was a canceled
yeah.
IVF. I offered them my eggs. As you guys know, some of you guys are real good at paying attention to videos because I've had a few people already know that this is what I've been doing, because I did mention in a video way last year about how after my endometriosis and stuff, I was, you know, considering treatments, but I was waiting on some people to respond to me of whether or not they'd like my eggs. I offered them to her last year, and we've been talking about it since, I believe, August or July, because they accepted, and so I just wanted to share that with you guys finally. We were kind of waiting to see, kind of just to move forward to see if I was even going to be a potential donor. There's a lot of stuff that's involved, stuff that I didn't really think was involved. I don't know if you were surprised by as much that we've already had to do.
a lot of hassle.
A lot of hassle. We're working with her infertility clinic that's got some nurse coordinators with us, and then I'm also now working with an infertility clinic in my area because they'll have to monitor me with ultrasounds and stuff. But we're not even there yet. Right now we're in the first stages of filling out a bunch of paperwork, making sure that I am a viable candidate, which means I just got an ultrasound done a few days ago, which is why I was asking for happy thoughts, because they counted my follicles, which if you're not familiar with follicles, you basically have different amounts of follicles every month, and that is where your eggs are produced and released. Am I right? Mm-hmm. I'm not familiar too much with all this stuff quite yet. I'm getting there. So I'm on Depo-Provera. My last shot was in the end of January, so it's wearing off right now. I'm pretty sure I ovulated this month, but I did not have an endo attack, which is great. But we're gonna wean me off of Depo, and so that I can do an egg donation for them, hopefully this summer, early summer, and you know, beginning of July. I think July would be a great month.
Yeah, it probably would be June or July.
Or sorry, June. That's
what
I meant. Yeah, I think we're aiming towards June, but they still have to meet with their doctors. My follicle count, if you want to know, just for those of you who are interested, was when we went in, the nurse said 5 on my left, right? No, 8 on my left, 5 on my right. Do you remember, John?
What?
John's not paying attention.
I'm just...
I had a count.
13.
I had a count of 13 when I went. But then when the nurse called both me and Lisa to tell, you know, what the actual count was, it was actually 14.
It was 14.
And then that again is me on Depo. So I guess that's like a intermediate, yeah, amount. But I guess also like follicle counts aren't always a guarantee of how many eggs you'll get. So I have hope that that's a positive thing. I guess 10 or more is good for doing a transfer. So yeah, so we're crossing our fingers as of right now. We got the ultrasound out of the way. I got my blood work out of the way. They're going to check my AMH levels, which is a hormone variant that will tell how many eggs I have left over, basically. Because aren't you like, don't you get like a certain amount at the beginning of your life?
Yes.
You're born with a certain amount of eggs, and then some people are born with more or less, or better or worse, and then they kind of deplete after time. So.
And mine is almost completely diminished, so that's why we're even.
Yeah. Oh, I should have. Yeah, we should have said that. I'm not just like, you know, shorthandedly just offering out my eggs to people. They've had a really hard struggle. I feel like they need to have kids. Like she's meant to be a mom more so than I feel like. It sounds terrible, but I think so.
No.
She is great with kids, you know, and it's just been so hard for them, and adoption's not an option right now. Surrogacy is crazy expensive. And this is something that I am feel honored to be able to offer. It doesn't seem, I've done my research, so for anybody who's about to say, oh, have you looked at the risk factors, this and that, I don't want to hear it. I mean, if you want to leave them down below, that's fine, but it's not going to change my mind. It's been almost a year now that we've been talking about this. I considered it months before I even offered it to them. And even, I think you guys said no first. They turned me down.
I felt bad. We felt bad. We were like, we're not taking her eggs. That's crazy.
And then we got to know each other more and got more comfortable.
One of your reasons why.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, well, there's a few reasons why I really want to give eggs. It's not a financial thing. I know probably that's a first thought in some people's mind is, you know, the financial aspect of it. I'm not getting any payment. I don't want any payment. I don't want anything from them. I don't expect anything from them. You know, it's actually kind of messy because, you know, where our friendship goes after this is going to be, you know, not questionable,
right.
but, you know, it's, who knows, because she's going to have a child that hopefully is going to have a child that's biologically mine. So feelings not on my side, but, you know if you're a mom. But anyways, that's something that we're preparing for. But
yes.
My thing is more of, when do you really get a chance like this? How often do you get chances to make somebody's life better, or really, you know, to make somebody happy, you know? And I really, from a young age, wanted to be a surrogate to help somebody have a kid or a couple have a kid, and that wasn't going to be an option for me because A, John can't take me pregnant again, and B, I physically, Kai took a really big toll on my body, and so when I started considering how I could help Lisa, it was just like, well, why don't I just give her my eggs? My mom, even after she heard about Lisa and Bill's failed IVF cycle, was just like, well, why don't you just give them one of yours? And for me, it was just kind of like, you know, it made a lot of sense. I was adopted, as you guys know, so I guess I don't have, because I know that's probably going to be a question, is, you know, how are you going to feel about giving away one of your kids? It's not my kid, it's an egg. I was given up for adoption, so I guess I don't have that, like, strong connection as some people might have mentally, and I just really want to help them have a family, and if I can do that by doing something as, not, I don't want to say simple, because I don't want to trivialize it, but for me, it's something, it's not, I don't know how to explain it.
It's an amazing, it's something, I can't even explain it. I mean, you can't explain it.
It's something that I'm capable of doing, and hopefully pretty easily being able to do. And if I can do that for them, and if that can help them have a family, like, I can't think of a better reason why not to. So, also, it's kind of selfish. I mean, I don't have any bloodlines. So it's like, you know, I guess it's just, I don't know, it's just neat to be able to help somebody like this is, I mean, I feel like it's kind of selfish. Like that Friends episode with Phoebe where she's like, there's no such thing as an unselfish act of kindness. It's true. It really is, because as much as this is going to, you know, benefit them, it benefits me because I feel like it gives me a purpose, and I know that sounds depressing, but I've just always felt like there's a bigger purpose for me in my life, and I really feel like this is it, and if I can do this for them, then it will just make me extremely happy. So I know everybody's going to have tons of questions. I know that she knows that there's going to be a video, Lisa's going to make a video on her channel explaining kind of her end of this. I'm just going to be documenting my end as being a donor, a possible donor. So I already made a video going into my ultrasound and stuff that I will post after this. And basically, I'm just going to document what it means to be an egg donor, or even just to be a potential egg donor. Because who knows, we could get a call on Monday saying my AMH is terrible. Her doctor could say, you know, she's not a good candidate.
Right.
But we wanted to start this because we have started this. And for people considering egg donors or donating their eggs, you know, maybe it will help somebody know, okay, this is what we're up against. This is what we're going to start doing. This is how much paperwork. I mean, they're very invasive about their paperwork, which is good. But it was just some of the questions John and I were cracking up because it was, But,
and looking on YouTube, it's hard to find people who actually document the journey trying to make a family. As far as that, a lot of the ladies that I found were already halfway through their pregnancy or had their kids already. So,
or they were anonymous donors.
Right.
So that's going to be an interesting aspect, is, you know, because we know each other and we're best friends. So I don't think there'll be any issues.
No.
I wouldn't offer my eggs if I thought there would be any issues. We don't want any more kids. We don't want any more kids. But for us, our thing was, in regards to wanting to document, is just so that way you can see each side. You know, her side as the recipient, my side is going into being a donor, how I'm feeling, just what it even takes to become one, and that kind of thing. So if you have any questions at all for me, or even for Lisa, you can go to Lisa's page and leave them under her video. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them under here. Again, if you're going to leave a comment trying to talk us out of it, I know for me it's not going to work.
No.
I've already done my research. My mom has talked to me about it. I've talked to my gynecologist. Again, this has been in a year in making.
We've had conversations with the stupidest questions.
Every time we get together, there's always a dumb, really super personal question.
What would you think about this? Well, what if this happens? And we're good. Yeah. We're pretty finalized on our decisions. Yeah.
So we're moving forward. Like I said, I've already got my ultrasound done. My follicle count is decent. So, and again, I'm on Depo, so they'll probably do another one to see what I'm like when I'm not on a birth control. I'm hoping, because I have been on birth control for the last 6 months, that'll help my egg production.
Yep.
And I'll hopefully, if I'm a candidate, I'll go through the same kind of drug regimen as anyone else who's trying to do an IVF. And that'll all be on here as well. So again, we don't know what the future is going to hold, because again, we don't know if I'm going to be a viable candidate. We're hoping that I will be. And if we are, then you will see it all unfold here and on her channel as well. And yeah, so don't try to talk me out of it. I'm already going to do it. I know there's a lot of risks and all of that, and I've taken that into account. And again, another thing is that if I was struggling to have a family and somebody offered me, if the roles were reversed, I would accept somebody else's egg. And I kind of feel like if I'm willing to take somebody else's egg, I should be willing to give one. Same as a kidney. If I was willing to take somebody's kidney, I feel like, you know, it's
someone that you know.
Yes, no, not somebody random.
Right.
Not
somebody
rando
that you feel good about. Like somebody that you know,
Yeah. We should probably address one thing.
What?
The big elephant in the room.
Which?
Or no, the big panda in the room.
What?
Obviously, I'm Asian.
And I'm Italian, so.
And Bill is not Asian.
He's German and Polish.
He's yes, we have very white husbands, but I think there's going to be a huge question of why, you know, I'm Asian, you know, they're going to have a half Asian baby, hopefully, and I know everybody's going to ask that, so we might as well address that now. Are you okay with that?
I'm absolutely okay. I have no issues. We just want to be parents, honestly. And have you seen how cute her kids are?
Oh, stop. And if they were going to adopt, they'd probably come from an Asian country.
Actually, yes. So
that's that. And I do, again, want to say that, you know, this wasn't just like, I didn't haphazardly just be like, hey, you want my eggs? We talked about it a lot. I talked about it with my husband for a very long time before I offered. He's very much 100% on my side. Not my side, but he's got my back. He's, you know, with me decision-wise. He knows how important this is to me. He even said, actually, you know, if Lisa and Bill end up getting pregnant, I still think you should donate your eggs to somebody, because it's something you really want to do. So it just works out that it's Lisa and Bill, because I don't really want to donate my eggs to somebody else, because I don't know anybody else as well as I know them. So we're just hoping this works. But yeah, so if you have any questions, leave them below. Again, don't try to talk me out of it. It's not going to work. And head on over to Lisa's channel, because she will have a different video kind of explaining what her end is feeling like. And I will leave all of her information underneath this video. I will write a blog post kind of explaining a little bit more too, and I will leave that link underneath this video. And I will probably make a separate playlist of just, I don't know, I'll title it Donor Egg or something. Yeah. But we're really excited. I really hope that you guys can be supportive. I know how invested a lot of you are in my life, and I love that, and I appreciate it, and I can't imagine not sharing this stuff with you guys, because it's part of what's happening in my family and me, and you guys have been there for me, you know, for the past almost 3 years, so I hope you can all be happy for us, because we're extremely excited to start this. We're very excited and very hopeful.
Very anxious.
And we feel like everything's just fitting together, so
it's National Infertility Awareness Week, let me just tell you.
And I went and got, and that wasn't on purpose. It was like all the gates opened, and because it's been really frustrating. Again, I will get into this more, but this process has been super frustrating. Yes, it has. We've been trying to get me just to my first appointments for the past month. Yep. And it's expensive, it's stressful. I'm not obviously handling the expenses, so that you'll probably talk about that if you're wondering about what the prices are of donor. And I know it's even more expensive if you do anonymous, which is another reason why I wanted to help them myself. But she'll deal with all that. I don't know any of that, and I don't know how much I will, but we just wanted to share that with you. So again, I feel like we're rambling and repeating ourselves, but we're super excited, and yeah, if you could just put some positive thoughts out there, I know we both appreciate it. Yep. So I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye.
Bye.